Guys, I sure come at you today with another Shadow Legends champion guy, this time on Lordly Legionary. That's right, the free epic champion that everybody gets after 150 days in this game. After 150 days of Raid Shadow Legends, is Lordly Legionary worth upgrading? Is he worth maxing out? Is he worth booking? Let's discuss in today's rather short champion guide. I'm only going to show you the build on this dude, talk about his skills a little bit, and run him in Fire Knight because honestly, I think outside of Fire Knight and Faction Wars, he is a bit limited in terms of his overall scope. But we have a lot of niche champions in this game. Does that mean he's completely worthless, completely useless? You get him and you vault him automatically? Again, let's go ahead and discuss. So he's an attack-based champion. He's magic affinity. He's a banner lord. I love the sword. The flaming sword is pretty freaking awesome. The rest of the look, honestly, is pretty cool. It's like a basic aesthetic, but I kind of like it. He's got a little attitude. You can barely see his face in there. What has he got going on? He also looks like, you know what? I didn't even notice this. He's a burn victim from the burning sword. Didn't even realize that. He basically has the burn stuff all over his body. All right, so pretty cool. On his A1, press the fight. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Extra hit if the target's under a heal reduction, small version. Big version of heal reduction, 2 extra hits. So big heal reduction, like from a Cold Heart or whoever, we get a 4-time hitter on the A1, which is very good. On the A2, outflank, 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy only 1 time, unfortunately. Has a 100% chance of placing a decreased speed for 2 turns. Decrease target's turn meter by 20% if the decreased speed debuff is placed. Again, looking at this through the lens of Fire Knight, well, the shield's going to be down. We place a decreased speed, and then we reduce the turn meter. That's not going to work on Fire Knight hard, but it's going to be great on Fire Knight normal or Fire Knight progression, right? And against red bosses and faction wars, decreased speed, decreased turn meter, it's great, right? So it's a 3-turn cooldown. It's a pretty good ability. Legion's Orders, his A3 abilities on a 4-turn cooldown. The 1 book goes right to the cooldown, which is nice. The books on the A1 were not too bad, three books, and then a lot of books, but at least they're worthwhile on the A2 ability. So Legion's Orders are place a reflect damage and a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. Big version continuous heal on a 4-turn cooldown. It's not the worst, but it's nice to have as well, or it's not the best, but it's nice to have as well, right? The reflect damage is never going to do much damage in this game. Reflect damage doesn't do much damage. However, what it does is counts as a hit on that Fire Knight shield. So really can be helpful again for Fire Knight, both normal and hard difficulty. However, I can't lie. There's not a lot of Lordly Legionary being used, at least in the higher stages of hard. Keep in mind, you need that freeze, right? No, I don't want the prism jewels. You need that freeze on hard to manipulate that turn meter of the Fire Knight. Let me show you how I have them built out in today's video, and then we'll take them on a quick run in Fire Knight. I have them in a 3-piece set, basically to highlight all the options, or I should say my preferred options of 2-piece artifacts for Lordly Legionary. Where are you, Lordly? There you go. Sorry, my game is running a little bit slow today. So we have them in a speed, an accuracy, in a perception set. Obviously, we need accuracy on this dude. We want to land those debuffs on the A2 ability or land the debuff and the turn meter. So accuracy is going to be imperative on Lordly Legionary. It's a shame he doesn't bring the heal reduction that is so crucial to getting the most value out of that A1 ability, right? Either way, his damage does scale off of attack. His base attack is 54. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Again, let's take a look at his multipliers really quickly. HellHades.com gives him a 2.5 overall score. Fire Knight, again, 4.5. That's about it, right? Fire Knight is the only area that you're really going to be using this dude. They do give him a 3.5 in Nether Spider as well. He has a 1.5 multiplier on his A1, but he does have a secondary multiplier of 0.75, which is not very hard at all for those additional 2 attacks if he can get them in. He does have a hard-hitting 5.8 multiplier, a god-like damage rating on his A2 ability, Outflank. For that reason, Again, it is, keep in mind, it's on a 4-turn, but it can be booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. For that reason, I am going to go ahead and recommend you build him with some critical rate. You don't have to go super crazy and build him to be like this uber nuker and savage and lethal with crit damage on the gauntlets, but I would recommend, providing you can keep him alive, to build some damage on this champion as well. 5.8 is a great multiplier. So I have crit rate on the gauntlets. I have HP on the chest. You could go attack again if you can keep him alive. But first and foremost, we always want to keep these champions alive. So survivability over damage always is going to be the case here. Speed on the boots. We have accuracy on the banner. We do have crit damage on the amulet. And then we have attack on the ring. Again, you can go HP or defense on the ring as well. As defense is sub 1,000. It's not that great. His HP is barely 15k. It's not that great. Again, he's not going to be the most exciting freebie champion that you get in this game, but is he worthwhile? Phantom Touch is going to be an obvious choice for this champion. It scales off of his attack, but most importantly, it's going to count as extra hits on that Fire Knight as well. So the reflect damage, the double, triple, or quadruple hit on that A1, it all starts to add up when chipping away that Fire Knight shield. Here are the masteries here, guys. Pretty basic. A lot of his damage is going to be coming from War Master. Went down the support tree. We picked up Master Hexer to extend the duration of that decreased speed. If you're not going to book him out, which you absolutely do not have to book this champion out at all, if you're not going to, you might as well go for Sniper and increase the odds at landing that decreased speed to an 80% on that A2 ability. Now, I do actually have a Fire Knight in Curse City right now. So it's the hard version. It's actually in Soul Cross, so it's very difficult, but he's still going to be a great part of this team. Little Miss Annie has the heal reduction on this team as well, so you put them all together, you got a great little squad here, right? Lordly Legionary going to help us out with those quadruple hits once we get that shield down and the heal reduction placed from Little Miss Annie. So here comes Lordly. We're going to start off with the A3. We want that reflect damage on everybody, because what we're doing here is we're prepping for the shield to come down, or for the first attack to go off, right? So first attack, gonna come right now, hopefully, right? We'll take that initial hit. That's why we have a bolster set on the team. And then we're gonna come in and let's cleanse first. You don't need a Marichka, obviously, on the squad here, but it's nice to have a really good healer and cleanser in Marichka. So now we can start doing our thing here, right? We're going to hit with the A1. It's only going to be a 2-time hitter, but that's going to get better as we go, right? Now we're going to come in with the ally attack, Catacomb Counselor, who we have a guide out just last week on the channel. I love Catacomb Counselor. It's a really strong ally attack. Did you notice how much the shield went down, by the way, guys? Right out the gate, or how many chips went down? That's all because of that reflect damage, right? Okay, so she has it on her A1. So this will place our heal reduction, right, from Little Miss Annie. Now we can come in with that A1 ability and land a quadruple hitter on that A1. It's great. Let's first hopefully land the decreased speed. Fantastic, right? You're seeing all the utility that he can provide. Now the Fire Knight comes in. You know, he comes in with a big attack. We don't have the reflect damage, which is a bummer, but now he's under that ever so important decreased speed. Decreased speed helps tremendously when we're talking about that Fire Knight, right? I mean, it gives you so much more time to get more hits in, to get that shield down. It's one of the most important debuffs for obvious reasons. Let's go ahead and come in with a 3-time hitter with Pretty Nails. LMA doing her thing. And now we can come in with the quadruple hitter. Take that shield all the way down, right? Fantastic stuff. Plus, we had on top of that, whatchamacallit, we had, sorry, drawing a blank. We had Phantom Touch on top of that as well, right? So now with the shield down, we're just going to take advantage, and we're just going to start, you know, doing all our best damage dealing abilities. And you can see his damage is not bad. We're actually going to come in with the heal, with the continuous heals, excuse me, and we are going to now heal the team as well. So you're seeing my man's got some utility, right? We're going to need the heals with this team. Well, I guess we have Marichka, right, at the end of the day. But what I'm going to do, because this is a fairly repetitive fight at this point, but you guys get, we've highlighted everything that he's bringing to the table, right? The big thing that we need now is we need to get that heal reduction back up. Not just because of the quad or all the hits on the, now we can go in, can refresh that decreased speed. Now we can go in, refresh there we go, perfect. And now we'll go 1. Now I'm going to save. I'm not that crazy. I'm going to save the ally attack for when that shield goes back down. But you guys can see how a team like this can work, and Lordly Legionary is certainly a big part of it, right? I'll come back to you guys when this battle is almost over. Be right back. All right, guys, so there you have it. It is Lordly Legionary. It only took us about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, but we got the job done here. Lordly Legionary coming through with, hey, a pretty respectable 583,000 damage, along with, obviously, everything that we've spoken about in the video. I think this dude is great for Fire Knight. I think he's serviceable for Faction Wars, certainly as well. He's got that good A2 in terms of debuffs. However, I would probably not recommend most players take him to all the way to level 60 or to book him out, only if you really need this skill set. I think overall, he's more of a kind of C minus type champion. Very niche, but definitely can serve some utility on your accounts. Again, take him to 50, maybe skill him up during clan versus clan, see how you like him, see if you can rely on him, and then make the final decision later. Kind of one of those wait and see champions. If you really love what he's bringing to the table, go ahead and invest. There it is, guys. Keep the champion guide requests coming in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.